everybody. Thanks for joining me for another Q&A session. I'm continuing my travels down into California, and I'm currently at Armstrong Ridge State Park outside of Guerneville. So I've spent the night in Windsor, and I'll be there for the next couple of nights, and I'm visiting with an old dear friend. And I'll be making a couple of videos and then taking off back up north. So you'll notice that Summit is not with me on this trip. There's too many places that I'm visiting this time where dogs aren't welcome. So unfortunately, can't have her with me, but she's staying with her bestie. My neighbor has a dog, and they get along like gangbusters. So speaking of Summit, some of you want to know how I came to get Summit. I did do a video on that, my introduction to my dog Summit video. Check this one out. But I'll just briefly say that she was rehomed to me about 3 years ago. And yeah, you can go check out the video for a little bit more information. Another question, do I like whiskey? I used to, a lot. Far more than was good for me, along with beer and wine and so many other types of alcoholic beverages. And I quit drinking about 15 years ago. Just came to my senses. But if you want to drink, you know, that's your decision. Feel free. But it was time for me to quit. Next question. So how did I feel when my channel blew up? Disbelief. It's like I had hoped that I could gain some subscribers and eventually get monetized and, you know, make a part-time income off of this little YouTube channel, but never envisioned, you know, blowing up. And frankly, the whole blowing up thing is a little on the odd side. And while I do have a lot of subscribers, I only have a very small base in proportion to the number of subscribers. I think, you know, when Cole found me and promoted me on the TikTok, his TikTok channel, I guess, is what you would say, TikTok account? Anyway, Carve TV, please check him out. Quality individual. But anyway, a lot of people jumped on the hype train around the world. It got picked up by other platforms, you know, 9gag, iFunny, Reddit, the TikTok and Instagram accounts, you know, Facebook Reels. It just spread like wildfire across the planet. And a lot of people subscribed. And those people may have subscribed, but they're not watching. And frankly, a lot of those people that jumped on that hype train are starting to fall off. So over the past couple of weeks or so, you know, it's kind of funny, but the subscriber count is starting to fall. And, you know, I can only imagine a lot of people jumped on that hype train and now they're, you know, jumping back off. And those people aren't my base anyway, so, you know, go with God, right? And, you know, you that are my loyal fan base, oh, God bless you. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you, and the love that you send me, it fills my heart. It really does. So, next question. So someone asked, Grandpa, where's Grandma? What about Grandma? So there is no grandma at the moment. There have been a couple of grandmas in the past, and, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a grandma in the future, but I'm not actively looking. Right now, you know, traveling with my dog and, you know, just, and living life is fulfilling enough. And I don't feel like I need a partner to share it with. You know, like I say, I'm not opposed to the idea, but, you know, at this stage of life, I don't mind my solitude, and frankly, I kind of enjoy it. So, next question. All right, so how did I get to love nature? How could I not? You know, look where I am. I'm in a forest that is comprised of tan bark oak, coast redwoods, California bay laurel, seen some poison oak. The the bay laurel gives the air a perfume, a spicy, aromatic quality. It's heaven. You can see behind me, it's a little bit on the foggy side. I'm up on a ridge, and I immediately climbed the hill from the parking lot to get away from, people and enjoy my quiet. It's dripping from the trees. One thing about coast redwoods is they're moisture collectors, and that's why they thrive in these foggy coastal environments. And someone wants to know where I go, what's my happy place when I'm feeling stressed. It's like, here I am. I get away. Like I say, I enjoy my solitude. I am an introvert. It's kind of funny how a lot of content creators really are introverts. And I don't know, you call this a social outlet? I don't know. I don't enjoy crowds at all. I like one-on-one time. I do well with small crowds once I find my place in that crowd. I do well on the trail cruise because you're with a small group with a common goal, and you share the camaraderie of the trail, and you can get to know each other on an intimate basis without touching too deeply, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I do enjoy just spending time alone, and that helps me to decompress. That's one of the reasons. Well, okay. I do have some social anxieties. I really do not like being in a crowd. I never liked going to a bar with loud music and trying to shout above everybody to be heard by the person that's, 1 foot away from you. Concerts, I remember an AC/DC concert that I got drug along to back in '79, was it? I didn't hear right for 3 days afterwards. Was that enjoyable? It was for some people, not for me. Anyway, the type of music I like. So there you go. There's another segue. I like quiet music. Go figure. I like acoustic music, and the electric music doesn't hold as much appeal for me. I like lyrics that I can understand, harmonies, people that tell stories with their songs, balladeers. I don't like screaming guitars and people screaming into microphones and unintelligible words and noise. We're just inundated with noise in this world, and give me quiet, give me reflective music. So I've always enjoyed the harmonies, and I grew up long time ago, back in the dark ages, during the end of, say, the swing era, with folk music, the Kingston Trio, Peter, Paul and Mary, Simon and Garfunkel, groups like this are what I was comfortable listening to when I was a kid, and I still enjoy that. There was a time, the 70s in particular, the music tended towards what I called orchestra rock. It's like, a lot of the groups, Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Styx, to some extent Queen, a group called Kansas, they had a very, orchestral sound. A lot of it was synthesizer music. But actually back in, what was it, 77 or something, Emerson, Lake and Palmer toured with a 70-piece orchestra. And there was some really good music that came out of that era. But by and large, I do like very quiet music. Current genres that I'm attracted to, you know, I like some of the indie music. I really like Patty Griffin. Kate Rusby. Alison Krauss. How can you not like Alison? John Prine. God, I love John Prine. So, you know, you can see the kind of music. Dan Fogelberg was big, you know, for me and a lot of other people back in the day. Died way too young. Damn cancer anyway. Anyway, so I'm rambling on, and I think that I'm going to ramble down the trail. So thanks for joining in. I'll catch up with you on another one of these Q&As, answer some more of your questions. Until then, be blessed. Take a hike.